Let's show you how Game 2 went down in Boston tonight. Look who's at the game, Timmy. Bill Belichick. Probably still talking strategy. Isaiah's got a new tooth. Wanted to show it off for everybody right there. But early in the game, Al Horford and Markieff Morris, these two don't like each other. Markieff just shoved them into the front row. They had words before the game ever tipped tonight. And that kind of set a trend, if you will, and a tone for this one. Now, look at Otto. That is a hard foul by Jay Crowder. So, again, you get the theme of this one. No layups. It's a playoff. In the third now, it's Thomas going to come off the screen, and he's going to whack Porter himself. Jeez. Whoa. He started bleeding, had to leave the game.
Oh, boy.
He did return. There will be blood. Man, oh, man, oh, man. It was physical. Now, pick it up later in the fourth. Boston down one, and I can't be led by a 5'9" guy, huh? Boston's up one. Washington coming right back. Porter bloodied it all. Knocks down the three, and DC's up two. Time for the little big guy to get the and one. He misses it. He would make both free throws. We're tied up at 114. Final possession in regulation. Good look for John Wall. No, Bradley Beal. Ooh, air ball on the reattempt there, so we're going to go to overtime. In OT, they're down one by Isaiah to the rescue. In the lane, whatever shot he wants. Up by one. And then what happened was Avery Bradley's going to get the steal, and Morris can't get back. That's a dunk. Uh-oh, you get the feeling C's might pull away. They would. Isaiah, oh. And the foul. Get 53 points. 53 points. They win by 10. Okay, the rhetoric is you cannot be led by a 5'9" point guard as your best player. Is he just dispelling that theory? 53.
At this level, yes. Can they win a championship? I think that's
the number one
taller task, for no pun on words.
But they're the number one seed in the East. He got them to that number one seed, not by himself.
He's an outstanding player. And the adversity that he's been through in this playoffs has been remarkable. They did a great job, the Celtics did, of getting Markieff Morris in a mismatch, and Isaiah just had his way. This is a wild game. This is a wildly entertaining game. Both these teams, Dave, shot a combined 73s between the two squads. And if you had Washington,
oh boy,
plus 5.5, and you don't end up covering this game,
it's a brutal beat.
Bitter pill to swallow. I think they go back to D.C., not feeling good about the way they played in Boston, but feeling like they let both these games slip away.
By the way, this would have been Isaiah Thomas's sister's, China's 23rd birthday today, and he goes out and puts up 53 on what would have been her 23rd birthday. That's just, you know that's on his mind still. There's no way it can't be. I saw Avery Bradley hug him with purpose towards the end of this game, almost like, I don't know how you're doing this, but you're doing this through everything he's been through. You're right. I think the boys in D.C. look at this and go, how do we let both those games get away? They must feel like the better team that's looking at an 0-2 deficit.
And, now you got to figure out a way to beat maybe the hottest team in basketball. Celtics have won 6 straight games. The last 4 against the Bulls, and then obviously the first 2 in this series. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They're playing with a lot of swag. And I keep equating this series and these games to a horse race. You get the Wizards, get out of the gate fast.
Every game.
Set a tone in the first quarter.
They're always leading at halftime.
Double-digit lead. And you get the Celtics just kind of waiting patiently, like Birdstone in the Belmont Stakes.
Birdstone wins the Belmont Stakes.
And then they just kind of press the button, and then it's time to go. So what I watched in this game was the Wizards made some big shots that showed a lot of guts. But on the other end, if you want to be a championship caliber team, you know what you got to do? You got to get stops. You got to get key stops. Hey, you know it, I know it. We all know we're watching the game. Who's going to get the ball for the Boston Celtics, right? They're almost predictable on offense because you know they're going to go to Isaiah Thomas. A good team stops that.
And also, you had a chance at the end, John Wall. You had a good look at the end, Bradley Beal. You got to hit one of those shots sometimes, too, at the end of regulation, so you don't have to go to the overtime where Isaiah can take over and get those 53 points. 2-zip Boston in command of that series.